guys, Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Black Clover anime review, episode 63 and 64. 63 was phenomenal. We see Asta waking up in his black. I like to call him Black Asta, but some people are calling him Demon Asta, so you can go either or. But I'm gonna call him just Black Asta, and he was in that mode, and it's nice to see that he was arguing and actually combating his demon. It wasn't like Naruto and Ichigo when they had struggled trying to combat with theirs, and theirs actually took their body over a couple of times before they actually took the mantle over. For Asta, it seemed different. It seemed like naturally off the bat he was actually demanding abilities and powers off his demon without the demon being able to control his body, because he was in control most of the time. There was one panel where he did say he felt like weird because he felt stronger and faster, but he felt like he was in water at the same time. But Asta and Landris, their fight was awesome. There was a couple of parts, thanks to the animation having different styles here and there, that was hard to read. And there was this one scene when they show a forest area, and then they show Asta's view. They don't show Asta's body, but the view that they were showing was Asta's view, and we the viewers get to see through his eyes. And he see Landris fall away, flying away in his flame mode, and then we see just like a speed rush of him going over there. But we seeing it through his perception, I guess. That's my interpretation of it. And it looked kind of weird, that part. Then there was the other part with the lava flow, that the lava looked like it was digital there. So there was those two parts that was kind of wonky, but that's because how they had so many different anime art styles and people working on this. It was like some of it fit and some of it was kind of just weird. But their fight was really awesome. Most of the episode 63 was just them fighting, and of course Asta wins using a new technique called Black Meteor, which is him just charging. It's basically his Black Meteor is his Black Bull Rush technique. The only difference is that instead of using Vanessa and Finro, and Vanessa and Finro help, instead of using them, he using his demon powers to do this. He has to be in Black Asta mode to do this. So, but it was pretty awesome seeing that and seeing how even though he got this power up, it wasn't like he was able to automatically defeat him. You know, in most animes, again, Naruto and Bleach, when they awaken their evil half, it's like the evil half just takes over automatically and they start dominating the fight. But here, it was a little bit different because Landris was able to put up somewhat of a fight, but at the same time, it was like he wasn't, because no matter what he did to Asta, it didn't work. And Asta didn't take no damage because, like the queen said, Asta negates all magic. She even states that Asta isn't special. I thought he was from that special clan, but he's not. But him not being special is what makes him special, which is weird how she worded that out, but you have to watch that a couple of times to really catch on to what she's trying to say. But yeah, Asta won, and after that his form went away, and then he started cramping all over, and we just had Asta go back to funny Asta, and every Noel and his teacher Fenzel was like, hey, you know, Asta's different, but at least now he's back to normal. And Fenzel's there, and he's knocked unconscious, and Vanessa, she's unconscious. Mars and his friend, they're unconscious. So the only one who really saw what happened was Asta's teacher, Zell, and Noel. And eventually the witch came, and Asta was like, oh, can you help these guys? Now that we're done doing what we promised for you. And she said there'd be no need for that. And she used her magic, which we found out is called blood magic, and she made this execution grounds, and she put all of them into crosses except Asta. And then we found out that when she healed Asta, she had put some of her blood in him to do so. So now that his blood is in her, she could basically control him. So she awakened him back to Black Asta, but stronger and healed. And she was going to use him to kill Noel. and then we switch over to now to 64, and he's going to like finish off not Vanessa, I'm sorry, Noel, and he ends up stopping himself and he ends up struggling, and it's nice because we get to see how strong, not just physically Asta is, but mentally as well in these 2 episodes, how strong he is. You know, because it's one thing to have a really good build-up, strong character. Yeah, we see that a lot in animes. But somebody who is strong willingly and who's really, really strong in that level, that's something very unique, especially in shonen characters, because most of the characters are young. You know, and they haven't really gone through enough to level up to that level. So seeing Asta, as much as he's grown and being that strong-willed, has shown so much how much he went through. You know, I'm happy to see him go through that. Now, I'm not going through what he's going through, but, you know, his development as a whole character. And it only gets better from this, because I'm also a manga reader, but I save that discussion for another time. But then we get Vanessa's backstory, and she starts to cry, because Yami was the one who helped her kind of escape. He didn't do it intentionally, it was accidentally, but thanks to Yami, she was able to escape from her prison that her mom, the queen, put her in. Because she put her in a cage all her life, and she said, you did never leave until you unlock your destiny string magic. And she was like, but I don't have that type of magic. And she's like, no, you do. I know you do. And you're not ever going to leave until you unlock it. So Vanessa said, lived a very sad and isolated life. And what made it worse is that she saw everyone else talking and having fun and stuff like that. But though she was stuck in the dark cage in a room. So it was extremely sad. But after that, thanks to a certain incident, Yami busted in, broken down the wall in the cage by accident, and they discussed about destiny, and he was like, I don't really believe in that junk, but if you do, that's on you. But I'm leaving now, so bye. And she was like, what should I do? And he was like, do whatever you want, it's your destiny. So that's when Vanessa decided to leave the cage, and she got her freedom, and we see young Vanessa from then to how she matured and how she started acting now and how she is now, which was very cute but funny. And she told the queen, yeah, now my family, the Black Bulls are, and it's sad because I'm going to lose them soon. And she started thinking to herself, if I do have this destiny string magic, can you please help me for this once? And as you see in the thumbnail, we get that red cat who's made of destiny strings, which is red in front of me, right? But the cat is super cute. She just goes there and she starts doing cat-like things like meowing and purring and playing around. And the queen is like, okay, whatever. And the queen tells Asta to, you know, cut off Vanessa's head. And everything got very dark, and we see the action of him cutting off Vanessa's head and the head flying. But then it's like something weird happens, because it's like time rewinds, and the queen ends up telling Asta, do it. And she's like, wait a minute. She catches herself and she's like, didn't I already say this? Didn't we already go through this? And it's weird because it's like every time the cat touches something, it's like the destiny of it switches. At first I thought it was like controlling time, because it was like weird how like it cut off Vanessa's head, the head flew, but then we found out he missed. Then he went for Vanessa's legs and he missed, and he ended up hitting the pole and knocking her off the pole. Then Vanessa's on the ground and he goes to stab her in the heart, and he does, but then again when we looked at the screen, it's like we get him actually missing her, and he's actually on the side hitting the ground that's near her but not her. And that's just to show you how the cat, what he's doing, basically every time he touches Asta, the destiny flow switches. That's why we had 2 different arts. We saw the black and white art of Asta actually doing those things, which is the destiny that was supposed to happen, but then it never happens because of the cat, and we see the alternate destiny of what actually does happen. So that's basically her magic. It is controlling destiny. Even though the way it looked, the way it was presented, looked like it was actually manipulation of time, but it's not. And then she starts to use her blood magic control on Vanessa, and she summons this blood scythe to attack the rest of the gang, but Vanessa's being, you know, indoctrinated in her magic. Unfortunately, Vanessa still has her will, and it's nice to see that Vanessa has a strong will as well. You know, that she's not just there for fan service, that she is there for actually fighting. You know, a lot of mangakas, create good-looking females in their manga, but they're only there for like fan service purposes. They don't really get into any good fights or situations where they're hopeful. So, but Vanessa, on the other hand, is actually the opposite of that, and I'm happy that the author is taking that, that route. And where she's about to attack Vanessa's friends, the cat touched her on the forehead, and the blood magic dissipates, her scythe dissipates, and she just falls to the floor, and she looks extremely tired. She's not hurt or anything, the queen, but she looks extremely tired. And then we see Vanessa is out of her, blood execution ground like everybody else, and she's just standing over her with a smile. And that was basically the end of the episode. We get that ending continuation next week. But these were the two good episodes, episode 63 and 64 of Black Clover. They were awesome. They were great. I'm happy to see the development. We just didn't get development for Asta, but we saw development as well for Zell and his students and wife. Noelle, and how she was scared of the queen, but she was still able to power through it and talk back and demand her wish. Even Finral and Vanessa, we see their development. It's like every one of the Black Bulls and their friends got like character development. So that was really great to see and happy. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. My link will be down below in the description. Tell me what you thought about these two episodes and what you're expecting. Tell me how you felt about the animation and artwork in episode 63. And how do you like Black Asta's look, if you liked it or not. Tell me what you think of his swords and his abilities and his techniques. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Be out.